It's Week 14 of the National Football League. And coming up next is the Commanders, reigning league MVP. He's your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Commanders and the Giants. All that and more coming up next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one, as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today. It's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, they were losers their last time out. They're going to... Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his fourth season in the NFL. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. You talk about this Washington defense. They were very good a week ago in the win over Minnesota.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Here's Bryce Behringer now. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 36. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So here are the Commanders making their way out. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And if you go by the number...
Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
Here's Johnson on third down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. On fourth down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. Back deep to return is Marvin Mims. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves him with 14 yards still to go on third down. They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot, but nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs, so a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know, a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right, in preseason. Doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done.
He's got a man wide open, complete. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just saw receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Johnson now on first down. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. 2nd and 14. Back to throw. Johnson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Back to throw again. Touchdown! Jahmyr Gibbs, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Commanders are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one, out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. And New York set to take the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's complete to Dell. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Back to throw here. And it's incomplete. You talk about this Washington defense. And they've played well against the pass. Currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window. Because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the #1 overall offense in the league.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves, that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Robinson. And he'll get a few yards here to the 34.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
On 2nd down, here's the option. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Here's a quick throw out left. It's complete. So no gain on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And the Giants ready to come out now. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. He'll look to throw. Got his man, Dell. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
3rd and 5. He'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Bryce Behringer on now to punt. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. Here's McDonald to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. From the 25, here's 2nd and a yard. Out of the gun, McDonald. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Throwing is McDonald. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. The numbers for him from a week ago: 21 carries, 80 yards.
In a perfect world, they'd run the ball the same way they did last week, but against the #1 rush defense in the league, they're going to have to find a different way to move the ball. Maybe they start throwing it early and come back to the run.
2nd and 4. He's got Wilson, middle of the field. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. Call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
2nd quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
As they've got it as we resume action.
Fights loose. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington 1st down. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot, but what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
From the 43, here's 2nd and 6. McDonald sets to throw. A quick throw there is incomplete.
The offense on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Johnson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
10 yards, good for a giant first down.
Those are the types of run, Charles, that they say this first-year running back can provide a lot more of in the future.
He made it look easy, didn't he? Picking up that first down. Some have described him as a diamond in the rough.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And the Commanders will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Here we go on the next drive for Washington. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
Still first down.
Robinson gets the toss on the right side.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well done to sniff that.
Now Johnson to throw on second down.
A short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Now we've got a giant player here slow to get up after that last play.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Johnson to throw on third down.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Robinson up the middle.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. Johnson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
He's going to use his legs here.
Down to the 25. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he fires one incomplete. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
Here's Johnson on third down.
He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
And based on my math, They've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
New York set to take the field.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And that's incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Off play action. Johnson. And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw. Johnson. And a quick throw here. That's complete. That's number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a 1st down. And they'll send the tight end in motion.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Johnson's that's taken in by Okonkwo.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Back to throw. Johnson.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commander's 1st down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
Johnson now throwing on 1st down.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
And this offense on 3rd down today, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead, and part of that can be attributed to their success on third downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun. Johnson under pressure. Down he goes. Sacked at the 10. A big win there defensively on 2nd and goal. A loss of 7, and it brings up 3rd. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he is into the end zone for Washington. Touchdown. 10-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That's a tough one there defensively because look at the stops they got on 1st and 2nd down and his 1st and 2nd and goal. And then on 3rd down, they cover the receivers, but they leave an alley open for him to find, and he does. That is frustrating. You do almost everything right, and he still ends up in the end zone.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And that makes our score 17-0. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Giants now going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Lots of incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Well, Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Commanders back out late in this first half. And with a 17-0 lead in tow, they might not be too eager to press the issue here. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Johnson. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Johnson. Complete. It's Dodson. The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Commanders on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And this a 6-point differential as they've gone to halftime. Dak Prescott has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we head east to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting Jags who are out in front. Trevor Lawrence with a couple of touchdown passes there. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And they trail the visiting Patriots at halftime. Desmond Ridder with a couple of touchdown passes.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A very one-sided first half, 17-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here come the Commanders for the first possession of the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. A give right side for Gibbs. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. He'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Hand off now to Robinson. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 50 yards rushing for him now to this point. Here's 2nd and 3. Operating from the gun. Johnson. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. He's going to try and take off with it. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Well, pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive?
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Benjamin St. Just. And the Commanders are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps, to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Kayvon Thibodeau.
And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Quiddy Pay
in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. And the Giants send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call.
Ready.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
That's out wide here for Robinson.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Back to throw. Johnson
working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
On to give, here's Robinson.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
Off the play fake. Johnson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up third down on the sack. Operating from the gun, Johnson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down.
And that throw there going to put him over 4,000 yards passing now for the season, maybe strengthening his MVP consideration.
And you figure with still a handful of games left to play, 5,000 yards is not totally out of the realm of possibility. The way he is playing, I think he's going to get there.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 19.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Now Johnson looking to throw on second down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Johnson to throw on third down. And did he get the feet down? Yes, touchdown.
Jahan Dotson.
A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Commanders are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead is now 24.
So it's Washington getting the victory here.
And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the one touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed.